Kia ora whānau. Welcome back to Māori Girl Corporate. We've reached the finale of Series 1. We've audited the past, the putia, and the tinana. Today, we're finishing with the final F, the one we often sacrifice first because we think we must be adults. Therefore, F is for fun. In the corporate world, we're taught that serious equals competent. And as a Māori woman, I felt I had to be 110% buttoned up just to justify my seat at the table. I walked those halls looking focused, never stressed, but always on point. I watched everyone else around me lose their cool, work themselves up, and wear their stress like a badge of honour. But here is the danger of that focus. When you are 100% focused on being the provider, it's easy to forget you are also the nurturer. As wahine, we carry this massive dual responsibility. We are the warriors at work, bringing home the putia and building the legacy. That's our provider mana. But we are also the heart of the home. We are the ones who nurture the spirit of our tamariki, our partners, and our wider whānau. The problem is, if you are always in focus mode, you become a machine. You become a high-functioning provider who has forgotten how to be a soft, joyful nurturer. And whānau, you cannot nurture anyone else if your own cup has run dry. Success without joy is a hollow victory. If you've climbed to the top, but you've forgotten how to laugh, you aren't leading your whānau. You're just financing them while your spirit slowly starves. Fun is that bridge back to yourself. But what does fun actually look like? Well, it's not just a vacation once a year. Fun is the glow in the everyday. It's the 10-minute kitchen disco while you're making dinner. Or it's that social netball game where you're allowed to be loud and competitive without a spreadsheet in sight. It's the ability to find a giggle in the chaos of a deadline. It's that Sunday afternoon with the cuzzies where the only KPI is how much your tummy hurts from laughing. Fun is how you remind yourself that you are a human being, not just a human doing. It's the permission to be the light in a world that asks you to be the man. Therefore, when you reclaim your fun, you aren't just slacking off, you are refilling your reservoir so you can go back to being the nurturer your whānau deserves. You see, when I left Aotearoa as a team leader and landed in Australia, I had to start over. I stepped into rooms where I didn't have that right degree, but I had the audacity to take on senior roles. I became an accidental academic. I learned by being in the ring, starting as a systems admin and working my way through the ranks. But I didn't get there alone. I had wonderful managers along the way who saw my talent before I'd even realized it myself. There were leaders who believed in me, even in those moments where they probably doubted me, or doubted the system that said I wasn't qualified. They took a chance on the focused woman in front of them rather than the empty education section on my CV. There was a secret kind of adrenaline in mastering those roles I wasn't qualified for on paper. I loved the challenge. I loved the aha moment when a system clicked into place. That curiosity was fun. It was an education I was getting paid to receive. Every manager who backed me was essentially a professor in my own private university. I realized that my value didn't come from a degree. It came from my ability to remain focused, my willingness to learn on the fly, and the support of people who knew that grit beats a certificate every single day. Through all those roles, the senior promotions, the contracting, the complex projects, one thing remained untouched: my game. But it wasn't just that I played sports on the weekend. It was that I brought the spirit of the court into the office every single Monday morning. I started to tackle my tasks and my projects exactly like a game situation. It made the day fun. Instead of staring at a daunting project plan, I saw a playbook. I treated high-pressure deadlines like a grand final. That fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock kind of pressure. And while everyone else was panicking and stressed, I was in my element. I was focused. I knew how to breathe through the tension because I've done it 1,000 times on that netball court and on the field. I looked at my colleagues as my teammates. We had to move the ball together to get the win. And management, they were the referees. I learned the art of structure by understanding the rules of the game. You play within the lines, you respect the official's call, but you play with every bit of heart you've got to get that result. Applying that same athletic energy to a spreadsheet or a system migration was my secret weapon. It turned the grind into a competition with myself. I wasn't just working, I was performing. But for a long time, I kept these two worlds as separate identities. I didn't realise that the joy and the glow I felt in a grand final was the exact same energy I needed to lead my whānau and my team. I realised that if you treat your career like a game you love, you never have to suck it up again. You just have to play to win. I've spent a lot of time lately reflecting on that 19-year-old solo mum. For years, I tried to outrun her, thinking she was just the struggle, the hoha. But you know what? She was actually the architect of my composure. She was fun, she was curious, and she was daring. She was the one who taught me how to stay focused when things got hard, without letting that stress break her. Reclaiming my joy means reclaiming her. It's acknowledging that at my age and as a director, the success only becomes because that 19-year-old girl refused to lose her spark. When I laugh now, I'm laughing for her. I'm telling her, we made it, girl. And we didn't have to become bitter to do it. In Te Ao Māori, we are navigators. We stay calm because we know how to read the stars. We know how to read a room. Reclaiming your joy is an act of sovereignty. It's saying, I am enough, exactly as I am. So, your final riddle, your challenge for Series 1, is to identify one area where you are just too focused and not enough fun. This week, I want you to do something you aren't qualified to do. Learn something new, just for the fun of it. Find a reason to giggle until your tummy hurts. Series 1 is a wrap, whānau. We've calibrated the 5 Fs, and now it's time to live them. Join us over at the Chicksters Club. Sign up on the app to keep the energy moving. I'm Veve. This is Māori Girl Corporate. See you guys in Series 2. Muri ora.